Good morning, students. So this is web programming presentation 4. We are now starting the PhD programming. So now we have seen how we can make our page, our web page dynamic by adding some JavaScript technology. Now let us continue to improve our web page, our web programming by adding some PHP. Now, what is PHP? It is a recursive acronym which stands for PHP Hypertext Processor. PHP is an open source, interpreted, and object-oriented scripting language that can be executed at server side. So PHP, unlike HTML, JavaScript, CSS, which operate at client side, PHP operate at server side. Now, this is where we need our server, our web server, Apache in our case. So you need your XAMPP installed. Okay, you need your XAMPP installed. XAMPP means Apache PHP. So PHP is well suited for web development. Therefore, it is used to develop web application. So what is a web application? It is an application that executes on a server and generates dynamic pages. So all applications that run on the server to generate dynamic pages are called dynamic web applications. They are web applications as long as they operate, they run on the server. So PHP, it is a hypertext preprocessor. So now we are starting features of PHP. It is a hypertext preprocessor. It is an interpreted language. It means what? It means we don't need any compiler. There is no compilation for it. So it is interpreted. Interpreted language means what? It means we need an interpreter, okay, which stands between the computer and the output. So it translates from the codes to the output and vice versa. PHP is faster than other scripting languages, like, for example, ASP, GSP. So it is faster, it runs faster. That is why it gains more popularity than ASP and GSP. PHP is a server-side scripting language. So it operates at the server to generate those dynamic web pages. That is why it is called a web application, which is used to manage the dynamic content of websites. So you can generate dynamic content of a website by using PHP. PHP can be embedded into HTML. This is a big advantage because as long as you have your HTML file, so you can embed some PHP script in order to make a dynamic web page. PHP is object-oriented language. So an object-oriented language, it is any programming language which can involve object-oriented technologies, object class, inheritance, encapsulation, things like those ones. they are object oriented. It means you program as by taking everything as an object. PHP is open source scripting language. It is open source. It means any application, for any application, you can access the source code. You can modify those source code to produce another version. It is simple and easy to learn. So comparing PHP and other programming languages like JavaScript, JSP, ASP, Java, it is very simple. PHP is very simple, a very simple programming language. You can easily understand its codes and program your own code. So how do we install PHP? To install PHP, we will suggest to install ARM. What is ARM? It is Apache, MySQL, and PHP. We have ARM software, many versions of ARMs. It can be a one for Windows, a LAMP for Linux, a MAP for Mac, SAM for Solaris, FARM for FreeBS, and ZAM, our ZAM we need, which is cross. It can operate in all operating systems. That is why it is called cross Apache, MySQL, PHP, and Java. So it is ZAM, okay? For cross-platform, includes some other components. This ZAM includes some other important components like FileZilla, OpenSSL, WebAssembler, and others. So how to learn? How do we learn PHP in ZAM? Generally, a PHP file contains HTML tag and some PHP script code. So it is very easy to create a simple PHP example. To do so, you have to create a file and write HTML tag plus PHP codes and save this file with a .php extension. So you have your HTML, okay? Then you have to include some PHP codes. Then you have to save your file with a .php extension. So PHP statements ends with a semicolon. Always remember to put a semicolon at the end of each PHP statement. All PHP codes goes between PHP tag. Okay, we have PHP tag. It is there. You can see it. A less than operator, question mark, then PHP, and it is ended by question mark and a greater than operator. So the syntax, you can see it. The opening tag, and you have to put your code below the opening PHP tag, and then after writing your codes, you have to close it. So let's see a simple PHP example where we are writing some text using PHP echo command. So you can see it. We can also try to do it by ourselves. So here we have, you can see we have HTML codes. Then in HTML codes, you can open PHP tag, you open it, you put your code, you close it, then you put your codes, PHP codes inside your PHP tags. In that case, you have made a PHP program. So we have HTML codes in the body. Anywhere you can open PHP tag, then you close it. Then you can save your file. Save as. Now, for saving a PHP file, you have to pay attention where to save it. It is not like HTML. For HTML, you save it anywhere. Okay. For HTML, you can save your file anywhere and then open it anyhow. You open it with a browser. So, but for PHP, you have to go to where your XAMPP is installed. In my case, my XAMPP is in local disk C. So in my XAMPP, I'm using this XAMPP to then htdocs. It is in this folder where you have to save your PHP file. All PHP files should be saved in htdocs. Okay, you can save your file there directly, or you can create another folder inside. Let us create a folder and call it work PHP. Work PHP. Then let me hello, let me call it hello.php. So I have my PHP file. Now I can echo hello world. So I can save the change. So this is a PHP program. Okay, it is a PHP program. As long as you have your opening PHP tag, the content, and the closing PHP tag, you have a PHP program. So to run it, how do we run it? So you have to type localhost, then the name of our folder. So your XAMPP. First of all, before running, you have to open your XAMPP. You click on Apache server. You click start. And in my SQL, you click start. So to make our PHP applications, you need to open XAMPP and then start Apache and then my SQL. So my SQL will help us to access to link PHP with my SQL database. Now, after starting your Apache and my SQL, we have localhost. Okay, localhost. Then we have to indicate our folder work PHP. We have put our code in work PHP folder, and then our PHP program is hello.php. Okay. Then if we click enter, so we have hello world. Why is it coming red? Okay, let us start some codes and see if it. Mhm. Let us go back into our exam and check HT docs, work, PHP, 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 hello, PHP. Mhm. AP. And let us go in another exam, HT docs. Do we have work, PHP? Yes. Uh, so let us create work PHP2. Five, save as, let me save it in example one. Then for HT docs, then work PHP2 hello dot PHP. So we have hello Kigali. Our program's output is coming hello Kigali. With the codes we have hello Kigali. It is here. Okay. Now you can see how we can embed some PHP codes in HTML. So you can change it hello work students. If you save and refresh, so we shall see the change. Hello work students. Mhm. Now, and you are seeing the output. You can also write a PHP which is not embedded into HTML. Let us see a simple example. You can open directly PHP and then you close it and then write echo hello students, how are you? So like this, then let us save it. Let us save it as hello2.php. So as soon as you save, you can see colors are changed. Now we can run this second example, hello2. So hello students, how are you? So you can see how PHP is simple. So by opening a PHP tab and by closing it and then putting some content inside those PHP codes, the PHP tags will automatically generate a PHP application. So you can combine the PHP, you can say which one. You can combine the PHP with HTML tag H1. Then you can also say font color, font color was red. Then let us put it in the center. So you can close center here, center, and you can close font here, font. So to close, you have the tab you opened. The last is the one which is firstly closed. Okay, you open it last, you close it first. Okay, you open it second, you close it second. You open it first, you close it last. Okay, so the first tab which is opened, it is the last one which is closed. The last which is opened, it is the first which is closed. Now let us save our change and see the change. So can you see? It means HTML and PHP. You can embed HTML into PHP. You can also embed PHP into HTML. So that is why creating dynamic web pages with PHP is very easy. Because it can be embedded into HTML easily, and you can embed HTML into PHP easily. So you can see in the codes. Okay, now let us continue with our slides. How to run a PHP program in XAMPP. I have showed you how to run it. How to run PHP program in XAMPP is a popular backend programming language. It is a very popular backend programming language. Backend programming language. It is a programming language which operates at server side. Front end, it operates at a browser. Okay, it runs at a browser. For backend programming languages, they run at the server. So PHP program can be written on any editor such as Notepad, Dreamweaver. For my case, I'm using Sublime Text. So any text editor can be used to write a PHP program. These programs are saved with a .php extension. So you remember we have written our program and we have saved them by putting a .php extension. So we have to put a file name and a .php extension inside. So you have to save it inside htdocs. This folder is inside C XAMPP htdocs. So you can create a subfolder inside an htdocs, but also you can leave it. You can save directly your file into htdocs. Then PHP program runs on a web browser such as Chrome, Internet Explorer, Firefox, and others. Below are some steps given to run the PHP program. So you have to write or create a simple PHP program like hello world. It is here. Step number 2, save the file with a hello.php name in htdocs folder, which resides inside the XAMPP folder. Step number 3, run the XAMPP server and start the app in MySQL. So I showed you, you have to open your XAMPP where it is installed, and then you have to start Apache and MySQL. You have to click start action. On action, you have to click start. Okay. Then step number 4. Now open the web browser and you have to type the path. Okay. Localhost / your program name with the .php extension. You have to write it like this. If you didn't put it in any other subfolder. Okay. Step number 5. The output of the above program will be displayed. So this is how we have to run. Okay. In brief, how do we run a PHP program? First of all, you have to create your application. You have to create your to write your code. You have to open any text editor, type your PHP code, save it in the htdoc. It resides inside XAMPP. XAMPP is most of the time installed in C. Okay, C, XAMPP, htdoc. So in htdoc, you can save your file there directly, or you can create a subfolder and then put your file inside that subfolder. Okay, it is better to create a folder so that your codes can be well organized. Okay, now after saving your file with a .php extension, now you can run it. How do we run a PHP file? First of all, you have to open your XAMPP and then click start on Apache, and then you have to start MySQL. So after starting Apache and MySQL, you can open your browser and type the path of your file. Then you will get the output. Okay, let us continue. It is easy. No one can fail to. PHP is case sensitive. Okay. In PHP keywords like echo, if, else, while, function, user-defined function, classes are not case sensitive. So we have predefined keyword. Predefined keyword, those keywords which are used, they are predefined and they are used for specific tasks. For example, echo is used for us to display some text. If it is a control statement which checks if a condition is true and then decide what to do, else it is the same. They are all predefined keywords. These keywords are not case sensitive. However, if you define a variable, okay, variables are case sensitive. Variable names are case sensitive. In the below example, we can see that all 3 echo statements are equal and valid. So echo, however you write echo, it will produce the output. It will do what it is intended to do. You can see the first echo is in small letters, the second in capital, the third is a mixture of capitals and small letters, but all of them produce the output. There is no problem. So look at the example below that variable names are case sensitive. You can see the example below that only the second statement will display the value of color variable because it treats color capital, small color, the mixture of capitals and small letters. There are 3 different variables, so you have to pay attention on variable names. Okay, if you declare it as capital, you have to use it as capital. So you have to pay attention on the case of your letters. So here we have an example. We have a color variable which is defined in small letters. Okay, color is black equals black. Okay, now if we need to display the value of color variable, we need specifically to write it as it was defined. So if we don't write it as it was defined,